I'd be willing to do even more if I could find something out, you know. It's just, but you know, it's just still so unreal, unbelievable.
How have things been over the last 2 years as you approach another anniversary?
I mean, for a while, I mean, it seemed like things were going okay for a while, but in the back of my mind, I always knew, you know, it can hit you at any time when it's just gonna, your feelings are gonna come back, it's been pretty tough recently just because my kids have been going through some things. And
how are they doing? How do they cope?
As best they can, I guess. I mean, which is not really good. I mean, but they're trying. I mean, I'm just trying to encourage them to try to stay positive somewhat. It's been tough lately.
Do you y'all remember Doris in various ways?
We try. You know, we try to visit when we can, and birthdays, Valentine's. But it's always tough. And, you know, it seems like any special occasion is going to be tough, just because, you know, we all miss her so much. I mean, it's still hard to believe that she's gone. I mean, even though it's been 2 years.
What do you miss most about her?
Helping me make some big decisions, you know, like regards to working on the house, or whether I want to stay in the house or sell the house, or just things like that. I mean, and of course with the kids, obviously, you know, I know they'd be doing a lot better if she was here. I mean, in many ways.
I know it is frustrating because you've got another anniversary coming up and still no one's been arrested in this case. What would you like the public to know about this case that might help police in any way?
I just wish if anyone knew anything, they'd just come forward and help us out. I mean, we wish we could. I mean, I don't know that I'm ever going to get any closure on it, but I mean, you know, it's just tough going through every day not knowing anything, not knowing who or the why. Or
do you have any idea who at this point?
No, I mean, you have thoughts about this person, that person, but you know, it still doesn't make any sense. I mean, why anyone would do something like this. I mean, so I'm not sure what to think.
Do you recall any of the details of that night?
I mean, yeah, I mean, they're still pretty clear. I mean, it's just, the only thing is, I mean, I really couldn't see who it was or who they were. I know it was more than one person. It's just.
They were because we're going to put out the description and stuff. Can you kind of guide us through what you saw, so if anybody, any details that might help?
I mean, I just know it was like a GM SUV, like a Tahoe or a Chevy, about a 90 model. I say 9, no, I'm sorry, a 2000 model. Sort of a beige color, metallic, with some dark tinted windows. I mean, only one window was open, I think, and that's where I saw the muzzle of the gun and the flash, and before you know it, I just heard some shots and heard Doris go down, and I kind of jumped down next to her, and then they just kind of took off. I heard a few more shots and then they took off.
Did you see anybody's face?
No,
or
I just
could you
saw
even tell
like the
what
outline of a face, and I mean, I'm thinking, I have to say that I think it was a Hispanic person, but you know, just because of the type of haircut I thought they had. Other than that, I don't. I mean,
You know,
recall
we've been
home.
working on this case with Dallas police as well, and we ask them, all the time about this case, but it seems like their focus for so long has been on you. Do you think their focus is still is it still on you?
It's hard to say. I mean, they tell me otherwise. I mean, they say that they don't think I'm a suspect anymore, but you know, on one end, they're saying that, and I've heard from other family members. They talked to the police chief, and he said that even if they find someone else or charge someone else, that I'm always going to be a suspect no matter what. I don't know what. So I don't know what to believe anymore. It's just.
Why do they think that you're the suspect? I mean, why do you think they focus so much on you?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess just because of nature. I mean, I guess most cases. I mean, that's. I mean, I understand that it's going to be natural. I'm going to be the number one to begin with, but I mean.
Do you think if they spent more of their energy focused somewhere else, that the killer might be caught?
Well, I like to think that, but I don't know. You know, I don't know how much they know about anything. I don't know what kind of clues they have. I don't know what kind of information they've gotten, or I don't know what they're looking at. I mean, so I don't know. I don't really know how hard they're working on the case. I mean, I'm just kind of in the dark, and I've been in the dark. I mean.
Yeah, there for a while they wanted you to take a lie detector test. Did you ever end up taking that, or?
No, my attorney suggested against it, but I don't know. I might consider it.
Yeah, but you did. Jason said that you recently went and talked to them.
They put another cold case detective on the case, and yeah, I talked to him a little bit, and I, you know, talked a little bit about the case, and we were starting to work on it, but I think they kind of got bogged down with some other cases, so I haven't had any more meetings with them.
Do you think that kind of helped? Do you think that's helping to sort of?
I'm hoping it does. Yeah, I believe it will. I mean, I want to work with them if I can.
What would be your message right now? I mean, if somebody that knows something is listening to this, I mean, you just need a break in this case. What is it that you would like to say to people?
I mean, I just hope somebody will say. I mean, if they know anything, I mean, I wish they'd come forward. I mean, I just help us out, and I can't imagine how much it would help all of us, our whole family, both of our families. I mean, we're all still hurting. I mean, it's going to hurt for a while. Any little bit will help, though, I think.
You think it would help your children if a killer was caught? I mean, if the person, it would help them understand?
I mean, I don't know if it'd help them. I mean, I don't think it could hurt, but I mean, I really don't know how much it would help them. I know it's going to be tough. Just either way, it's going to be tough.
On this anniversary, what do you want people to remember about Doris?
Just how special she was. I mean, she loved all of us. She loved her, of course, the kids more than anything, and her family and everyone she worked with. I mean, she was always thinking of everyone else. I mean, she put everyone else before herself. So, I mean, it's been a big loss for all of us, and something we can't ever replace. I mean, she's always in our hearts and our thoughts, and I still feel her spirit around us. I mean, I know she's helping me make some tough decisions lately with the kids. I mean, I've been worried about them, but they're coming along, and I know she's helping.
For your safety and the children's safety, and if so, have you taken any precautions? Because these people are still,
Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it, I guess. I mean, sometimes I think about it and I get kind of worried, but I mean, I don't know. I guess it'd be hard to live like that, to be in fear all the time. I'm trying not to think like that. It is kind of scary to know that they are still out there, though. I mean, it's.
Do you think that this was random, or do you think they were for some reason after you or her?
That's just it. That's what makes it so tough. I mean, you don't know what to think. It's just those thoughts are always in your mind. I mean, they're always there. They don't go away until we find something out. It's like there's nothing. You're wondering if it is random, if someone had it out for her. I mean, if so, who and why? I mean, none of it makes any sense. Nothing makes sense about it.
How close together physically were you and your wife that evening?
Until, I guess she saw the SUV before I did, and I think she kind of slowed down. They came a little bit closer than you normally would because they were coming in direction. They would be on that side of the street, but they came a little closer to this side, so it seemed kind of strange. We didn't know why they were pulling up closer towards us. Before you knew it had happened.
Did y'all walk that route pretty often?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really. Well, I mean, it was like the time of the year when it was, sort of like this. I mean, it was cold one day, warm the next, and it was just one of those days we tried to get a walk in, and because she was about to head out to pick up our daughter from practice, and we decided to get a quick walk in, and so we really hadn't been doing it very often at the time because it was kind of cold. It was just after winter, and it was like one of those days it wasn't too cold, so we went out there.
Do you remember what y'all were talking about?
Doctors, and she was worried about that, and she didn't feel too good, and physically. But I told her not to worry; she was going to be okay. Things like that. It's just hard to believe.
Did your wife say anything after she had been injured?
No. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, how injured she was, but she pretty much was losing it there, I guess. And I was going crazy. I was in shock and didn't know what to do, calling 911. They told me to try to stop the bleeding and stuff, and that's when, I was looking for wounds and stuff, and it was, anyway.
How much do your kids, do they ask you questions about it?
No, they don't.
Not really?
Not about the event. No.
They just miss their mom, basically.
Yeah, they need her.
The people who did this have no idea what they took away, do they?
No. Sorry. I always worry about talking about it because it's usually what starts it.
Well, it's very painful. I'm amazed that you're able to stay as calm.
Thanks. Anyway, I've got a lot of help from a lot of people, family and friends. I mean, I've needed it.
Yeah. Well, you have an awesome family. Your children are...
Yeah, they are awesome. They're incredible. I mean, they're amazing. They're so courageous. And the way they face everything. I mean,
just people could just see what they did. Maybe if anybody knows anything, maybe if somebody else was inside that car, it wasn't just one person.
Yeah,
it was several people.
You would hope that
have
someone
thought
would.
That somebody would have come forward.
Right, you would hope. I mean,
is there still a reward?
As far as I know, yeah. Chefs. And we've added some.
So, but
I'd be willing to do even more if I could find something out, It's just, but it's just still so unreal, unbelievable.
When you tuck your kids to bed at night, do you guys have a special prayer? What is that prayer?
No, Nina's a teenage girl. I mean, it's I mean, we all do try to pray. I mean, as much as we can, as much as we should probably. But she's still in our hearts. And, I don't know.